This is a view of the line, a fire burning through the night. Oh, we rise, we shine, we take the fight. Oh, a view of the
And here we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. If you're cold today, we are bringing you warmth straight from our hearts. First, let's smell the sage. Let's call in our energies and clean it up just a little bit. It's going out. Hang on. Sending a little more. But really, yes, let's send warmth to so many out there, everywhere. Okay, what I want to start off talking about today, you guys, is the Spirit Sessions family. We have such a beautiful family today. And out of that family, today I'm here with two of the most creative and inspiring people I know, Jessica Dugas and Brittany Floyd. However, they represent a larger part of the family, and that's the Breakthrough Show Network family. And today we have the honor of having the pre-season premiere party. And so we are going to find out what is there for us to behold in 2026 with the Breakthrough Show Network. So Jessica, I invite you on, and you have so many people to introduce us for, but first I want to welcome you and ask you again, what was the inspiration and the reason behind all of this? And then we can look at all the fun that you've created from this.
Well, thank you, Teresa. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for having us as a group on today. And I know that the weather has been, a source of keeping some of our friends away today, but we're sending them love and appreciate them being a part of the network regardless. So the Breakthrough Show Network was never intended to be as it is today, or at all for that matter. And it's beautiful that we're doing this episode today because this week is the anniversary of my brother's passing. And when he passed away, I went on, we'll just call it a journey of personal growth, spiritual growth, and really becoming very introspective about my life and everything I had experienced up until that point. And in 2017, I had the opportunity to write about that experience of losing him and how I was changing my own life as a result of it in a book that became an international best-selling book. And when after that happened, I was doing some coaching and stuff at the time, and I had a mom's group. Some of you guys remember that, but I didn't really have a plan of like, okay, what am I going to do after this? And I was really enjoying doing live video at the time. That was when it was first like really becoming super popular, live streaming. And so I said, well, it would be fun if I could have a show like The View, but less drama. And I'm not a fan of that show. So I was like, I need to do. I like the concept. I was a child and a teenager who loved, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, like all of those shows back in the day, Oprah. And so I decided to we can hear.
Welcome, Jamie.
So I decided to make this show happen, and then fast forward to 2019, and or not even that long after that. I created the show in 2018. And then, yeah, it must have been close to 2019. I was having some pretty significant health issues, and a couple of friends of mine had mentioned to me that they were interested in having their own shows. And they said, can you show us, what you had done, how you went about it, and all these things. And I said, you know what, this is actually great timing, because I can step away from the camera and I can help you guys, and you can be live on my, at the time we were just on Facebook. And so I said, you guys can, go live on my page, and why don't we like team up to do this? And that's how we sort of accidentally went from a show to being the network. And so, and now that's, we're on year 8 and so it's been a while. It's been a minute.
I love that. That's so beautiful. I've been in and out of touch with you through the years with that, and it's been exciting. And personally, I couldn't tell that you didn't have this all planned step by step. I didn't think that new ideas were coming up and you were trying to achieve them. I just thought, oh man, Jessica's so organized and stuff.
It's all a facade. It flowed the way it needed to. I look back and go, and it's one of the things that helps me have gratitude for that period of time that was so difficult for me, from the physical perspective, to go, that was for a reason, because we wouldn't be where we're at without that having happened. So
I love that. So, are you ready to introduce us to the amazing light before us right here? The sparkles I see?
Yes, we have friends joining us today. And like I said, we have lots more friends that, because of weather and time zones and lots of things, they couldn't be here today. But the friends that we have here today, you all already know Miss Brittany over in the corner there, because she's one of the co-hosts here on Spirit Sessions, but she's also my co-host on Project Joy Live. She's also an event host. She hosts the Craft Circle, and she hosts Mindful Doodling, and she's hosted other amazing events inside. And she's such a great supporter within the network as well. She's always coming to different events and everything. And so we love some Brittany Floyd here.
And I love being here. I can't even remember what year I first started watching Project Joy Live. And then it just kind of when I'm involved with something, I dive right in, head straight, and I'm just here, and I just am so grateful to be a part of this wonderful community.
I love that.
I love it. So we have Miss Brittany, and then we have the next one that's here today that came on board is Miss Stacy Brayuka, and we're so happy to have her. She is the host of Show Me Your Nuts on Thursday afternoon / morning. And it's interesting because Stacy and I knew each other for a little bit, and then I remember having a conversation where I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I don't either.
What led to it? No idea. Couldn't tell you, but Show Me Your Nuts was born, and I'm thankful
There's
for
no
that.
proof of what was going on prior to that. and some things thereafter, there's no proof. Don't ask us. It's not there.
Very true. Very true. But we love it. She also hosts a lot of amazing events within her virtual spaces as well. And so we're thankful that she's on board and bringing, for anybody that's unfamiliar with Show Me Your Nuts and you're like, I'm not sure if this is the right channel for me. It is actually about mental wellness. So
Yes. And
So
we need a lot of that.
That
Yes.
word. Destigmatize that word, nuts.
Yeah.
And others.
love it. All right. Next one we have on board here this morning is the incredible Ollie. He's brand new, brand new to our Breakthrough Show Network community, and he is going to be co-hosting on the network. We have him appearing on Project Joy Live starting in February. Once a month, you'll be seeing him, and I'm very excited about his segment because Ollie's amazing when it comes to languages and learning languages and our understanding of words and all of that fun stuff. And so I'm thrilled to have him on for his segment on Project Joy. Pardon your French.
Yes,
Very
in
exciting.
fact, it was not initially the word that I was thinking about, but we need to place humor in this world because I many years ago, in fact, my French business is named French Holly, but before that, someone suggested me as a name like pardon my French or pardon your French, and it's like it's when we are cussing. So there are many expressions like in French we say it's Chinese, but in English we say it's double Dutch. So there are many ways of expressing, and I would like to take some seconds to acknowledge the amazingness of Jessica that I've just noticed 1 year ago through Go Brunch, but even before I was secretly watching one or two shows when it was with Dorothy Auger, the poet, and each and every day she's standing with love, with honoring the legacy of Dorothy. For that, I will be eternally grateful. So with Jessica, it's not me, it's we. And so thank you, Stacy, Brittany, Teresa, Twista, Jamie, and everyone that you don't see, like Sang or Danielle. And the intentionality is really amazing. And also Melinda in the comments. So if you have any question in the audience, let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Like with me, my brain is always on fire, and I'm really deeply connected through my heart, my physical organ heart, but also my selenite heart, to bring the joy, to bring the light in this world. So once again, everyone, thank you so much. It will be an amazing year for you. It's the 8th year. For me, it's the 7th year. I began my language business already since 2020. So 2026 is the seventh year that is beginning right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ollie. I also, it's so fun to when Ollie and I met originally through a virtual community, we found out that we had a mutual friend that all the way, as far away as we are here in the U.S. and Brussels, that we had a mutual friend. He was saying he was interested in poetry, and I said, well, I'd love for you to hear my friend Dorothy's poem. And he was basically like, you mean my friend Dorothy? And we have the same friend, and so it's really lovely to discover that, and more proof, I think, for me that we were supposed to come together the way that we have in this network. So amazing. Next person that I have to introduce is a co-host with me on Project Joy Live, and he's I have so much fun, so much fun on the show with her, and she's one of my co-hosts that we have been nailing down the harmonies on the birthday song at the end of the episode, and that's Trista Polo, who's the self-love shenanigans and the most charming, may I say, co-host.
Nice. Hi. Hello. I'm so happy to be here. And I just am so grateful for this community because I get to be my authentic self and I get to find joy in under every rock and in every sunny day. And I'm enjoying the storm today as well.
Love it. Love it. Last but certainly not least on the show today is our brand new host on the Breakthrough Show Network, whose show is on the hour before Spirit Sessions every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's called Rise and Shine Sundays, to see what's emerging in the world of personal development and just a great question. So please let me introduce to you Jamie Rich.
Oh, well, thank you, Jessica, and hello to my fellow hosts in the studio and to those of you listening. I'm delighted to be part of the Breakthrough Show Network. When I originally had a concept as an old person myself of doing something for old people, one of the things that happens is you can have a wonderful idea, but the magic comes when you see what emerges as you share it and you let it grow and nurture, right? So what I had originally come to Jessica about, which was a show called Older, Wiser, Stronger, because I felt like that was a journey that everybody could go on, right? That you get this feedback of like, well, I don't like calling myself old. So, what we want to be able to do is to awaken to what's, one of the things that I thought, well, what are the characteristics of the people that I want to talk with? Going back to sort of what Trista said, you get a chance to be your authentic self. And one of the things that's really important for me is that people can speak from their lived experience about the things that they're curious about. And so I thought, since there was time on Sunday mornings to see what's kind of rising and kind of letting shine, the name just kind of evolved out of that. And so, thanks to Jessica and all the support from everybody else here, we are asking a central question every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, and we invite people to kind of come in. I heard you invoke while I was trying to come into the space. My personal hero, who was Phil Donahue, right? Because I thought, as a kid, it was just like the best thing in the world. Is I got to, see this central person where there was this conversation with someone, and then Phil would go into the audience and stand with the audience while people asked their questions, and there was that whole rounded conversation on the topic, right? And it was live, and it was about what emerges in a conversation. So I thought, well, how great is it that we can have a platform here on the Breakthrough Show Network where that's already hardwired into the system that you've created, is to allow conversations like this to emerge and to allow people to come in, whether or not they're showing their nuts or letting their spirits, rise up, right? Whether or not they're having charming suggestions or whatever, or if we're, figuring out how to refrench our brains, right? All of that just is there for us to sort of see and emerge. So thank you for allowing me to be part of it.
Thank you, Jamie. I love it. And then, of course, we can't forget the show we're on. Teresa is a big part of the Breakthrough Show Network. And, you guys started your show at the same time that I started the Breakthrough Show. And a couple years ago, we kind of looked at each other and we were like, why are we still doing this by ourselves? I haven't figured that out yet. So then Spirit Sessions came on board of the Breakthrough Show Network, and it's simulcasting with us, and we love that.
Well, which really brings me to my next question. Okay, there's an easy answer. Okay, what brought you through the Breakthrough Show Network? Okay, we all know we came because of Jessica. Okay, we would have not known about the break. Okay, so this makes sense. So what is it that brought you to Jessica, that brought you here to all of us? This is to each of you. Who wants to go first?
Well, I just get to listen.
Okay, Stacy. Wait, let me get the picture going. All right.
I'm going to use my favorite word, or two of my favorite words, which are authenticity and integrity. It's as simple as that, and it's as complex as that at the same time. I won't go on about it, but in authenticity and integrity, and it permeates the network, and it permeates the network because Jessica curates the network.
Yeah, that totally matters, and we all feel that it totally matters. I love that. Next, who else would like to answer that? Okay, Ollie.
That the powerful play still goes on and that you might contribute a verse. What would you?
I can't hear you too good, Ollie.
Ollie, I don't know if you can turn up your microphone a little bit.
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking I was.
Am I audible right now?
That's better. I can hear
Much
you.
better.
Thank you.
So I was beginning by that the powerful play still goes on and that you might contribute a verse. What would your verse be? I say that because it's from the Dead Poet Society. And what brings me truly is presence and who honor the life and the work, the body of work of Dorothy Auger, who was an embodiment of presence. And sadly, she is absent since 3+ years, but she is still present in our respective hearts. So I decided to be present within my heart and aside other hearts to bring not only the work of Dorothy Auger, but also to bring my light. And my mom name is Lucy, which means light. My first name is Olivier, which means the tree of peace. And I would like to bring presence and peace and my humble presence to bring the joy and to bring the best of humanity. That's why I'm here.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you. Whoops, I did that again.
You're doing great, Teresa.
Okay, sorry.
It's because I was clapping for Ollie. You caught me.
Stacy should always be in a prominent spotlight. That's what I take on
That
it. Like,
must be the truth.
What happens? Yeah.
Okay, next we got two of you. Who else? What brought you to Jessica and then to us?
I think for me, I'll go next if no one. It was just Jessica has a way, even through her shows. Like I said, I started watching Project Joy Live before even considering coming to be a part of the network and the community. And Jessica has this way of creating a safe space for everyone to just be. And that's just as simple as that. She creates a safe space for everyone to be, and she makes people feel seen. And she did that for me. And even with her little, she has also being a part of the network. Also, she has her loving way of just pushing people off the cliff just ever so gently, with a parachute. I will say she will give you a parachute. But I'm just that.
We'll give you a parachute and a Care Bear.
Yeah, and a Care Bear.
That's it.
Because the Care Bear is going to help you as you're falling, just so you know.
Obviously.
It's true.
Thank you.
I love that.
I can go next. So mine was through a podcast. I had a podcast, and it was Jessica's generosity. She just kept recommending people, and I had a bunch of episodes that were all a direct result of having met her in a Facebook group about finding podcast guests or finding places to be a guest. And so the embodiment of her generosity is how we came together, but it was through the podcast that I had at the time that was the auspice for it. And it was very lucky that I got to connect with her through that, because we've been connected ever since.
So funny how far things have come since
I
that
know.
time for both of us. I was just thinking, like, that was, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
Well,
and I guess that leaves me then as the only one who has not responded.
what brought you to Jessica and then to us?
Well, just like every good old man, I'm going to start with an old man story, which is, and it begins with a time, right? It was December of 2024, and I was exploring a platform to be able to see whether or not this was a platform that could be a home for a project that I had. And I met Brittany and Jessica in the Breakthrough Show Network room at the Global Business Plaza. And I, as you can imagine, am a person with a lot of questions, right? If you can imagine that you have an innate curiosity about things. And one of the things that I was able to do is I even told this story when Jessica was in a gathering, but of how much it meant to me, because Jessica answered every stupid question that I had. And that generosity is what is so wonderful to be in the presence of, because, oftentimes when you're wanting to do something, you have lots of questions. And like every good mother, mothers also provide Cheerios and other little treats to entertain their kids while they're, but they know how to dole out the wisdom, right? And be able to give it to you in bite-sized doses so that you can actually receive the information in a way that's good for you. And she's treated me with respect and with kindness. And I like I said, I'm one of those people who remembers things like that because it's so integral. Because I'm sure maybe some of you notice not everybody does that with you. Oftentimes you can ask people questions and they say, well, sure, sign up for my $55, Coach Me class or whatever, or you can find out all about it on my website, or who are you and why are you asking me these questions? But there was none of that minimization, and that kindness and that generosity, follows her in what you do. And so it's really easy because I'm sure all of you who have watched the Breakthrough Show Network realize is that she's one of these people who can do 500 different things at the same time, do the graphics, put this up, and then do all of these things so that everyone else can be calm and doing what they need to do. And so that is my story of what brought me to Jessica and why I am just delighted to be here.
I love that. Jessica has a way of what I call collecting people because she finds special people and keeps them. And they're always friends. They can always trust her. They always know. And see, I didn't understand this in the beginning, and I'm watching it from out here, watching you, Jessica, and it's like, oh my God, she's a goddess. I'm thinking, look how amazing. And I was really in the beginning, back when I was learning to read the Akashic records and I was doing the freebies, I was so intimidated. Wow, she's so big. She's like all that we are dreaming of being. It's amazing. But Jessica was honestly, truthfully, always a friend through all the years. And I think some of you brought up that consistency and the trust and the stuff. Jessica, this is how you've made a difference to all of us. And this is why we are all assembling with you at the Breakthrough Show Network.
Thank you, guys. It's so many good memories that have come up in everybody's answers to the question. And one of the things that I always feel very honored and privileged to get to do is to have a knock. I need to find some wood to knock on before I say this. Really good memory. And so I am naturally a very reflective person. And so I love to be able to sort of sit from this, mountaintop space that I get to be in at the head of this network, and be able to always look back at how far we've come and be able to witness the growth real time and see the changes that people are making in the world through themselves personally, and then their shows, and then the programs, the products, the services, all of these things that they're doing in their lives. And just genuinely good people are part of this network. Like I hate the word luck, but I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky often.
Oh, I get it. I love it. Okay. I didn't prepare much else. I was just so excited to meet everybody and see. I guess what the real next question is, do you each want to come on and kind of tell us what do you plan to, what light do you plan to bring? Because see, it's Spirit Session, a view of the light. Each of us, we are lit up to bring our shows through. So somehow my question has to, what light is coming through your show? And it's not a judgment. It's like, what I'm bringing through this year is this. So that's kind of what I mean. You guys get it?
Love it.
Okay, who wants to
Great
try
question.
it first? You can do this one too, Jessica, because you got a couple.
I'll let somebody else go first.
I can go. As a co-host, I am looking to bring the light of self-love and the light we bring ourselves. Like we talked about authenticity. I think Stacy mentioned it earlier, like the authenticity that we can bring to the world through shining our own light, like being willing to be seen for the gifts that we have.
Yes.
And it's not a show, but there is a Breakthrough Show Network event that I'm adding to the calendar, which I'm excited about, which is the Artist's Way. We're going to get together and just, you know, have a conversation about our inner creative, our inner artist. And I'm so excited about that. And so putting a light on who we are as artists,
Ooh.
which doesn't have to mean like painters or what, like who you are as an inner artist as you define it. So I'm excited for that too.
I see that as like whatever you're creating, because we're all
Yeah.
creating something, even if it's
Exactly.
just a vibe, you know, like
right.
we're all creating something. And so I'm super excited. February 1st, it starts.
It's gonna be so cool.
Soon, it's soon.
Right. I love that. I love that. Who'd like to share? What's your show doing this year?
I mean, I co-host both here on Spirit Sessions and Project Joy Live, and this year I am really channeling and kind of showcasing, I guess you could say, and talking more about color. So I'm bringing more color into y'all's life. So I'm really excited about that. And just, you know, I'm an advocate for creativity and having fun and knowing that you can have breakthroughs in those those fun moments. So I'm really excited for that.
I love that. I love that. That's going to be so much fun. And if you've ever been a part of any of Brittany's, what do we call them over there that we do? The shows that are not on YouTube, the other ones, the community shows. Yeah. She does these amazing meditations that relax you and put you into the zone. You can't help but to let lines flow from you and color and stuff. So it's really, really, really exciting. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Teresa.
Anybody else?
I would like to share. I will say that my lights, and it's about bringing our voice. So, like, I can say, Brittany, you are coloring our world, like it's a song from Petula Clark. And there is also a song from Vangelis and John Anderson, Shine for me, I'll shine for you. So, shining our voice. And for me, it's about words. I am a warrior, which means a word of words. Choosing our words are important. That's why, really, unconsciously, I was saying, okay, pardon my French, but pardon my French is not only about the fact that we can curse. It's just to decide, do we want to use this word or this word, and that we can heal through words. That's also my intention to bring language coaching and also poetry, Poetree, healing through poetry using our words and shining our heart, like it's another poem from Dorothy Auger, I think. I will shine my heart, I think it's the title of the poem. And so that's it. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. Okay, back to everybody.
Well, I guess I can talk about what Show
Yeah.
Me Your Nuts is going to do.
Yeah. Tell us about your nuts for next year.
Friggin' the squirrels. The light of the squirrels up to the world, because we think that these things get in our way, but really, you know, they bring us creativity. You know, we're talking about creativity. One of the things squirrels do is create, and they also store things for the future. And but what I'm really bringing for Show Me Your Nuts on really a serious note is knowing ourselves, and knowing that you are the creator of your journey, and walking people. Really, this year I put together an actual plan. Jessica knows how detailed the plan looks, and we'll see what happens. It's an experiment, but it's to show people the process and journey of change, like the steps of change, not necessarily the steps. So knowing yourself and knowing that you create it, but also the steps that we go through in order to make any change in our life that we choose to do. And so, like, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, walking people through that journey of change, once you figure out what your nuts are and which nuts you want to be and which nuts you don't want to be.
Oh, I love this. This is going to be so, so helpful, the way you're breaking it down and everything. And I do believe that the journey to self-knowledge is the most valuable and most important journey that we could really take. So I love
challenging.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's that, you know.
We break it down to milliseconds, to be honest. I think, you know, and each millisecond is different than the next. Each one's valuable, and but they're not all fun either. Some of them are challenging, and some of them are incredibly joyful, and some of those are the same thing.
Yes. What do you do?
All at one time.
All at once, like the whole the everything's all at once, right?
I love it.
Well, and I guess I'll bat clean up here. Is that okay to emerge out now?
Let's do that.
You know, as my good friend Stacy says, you know, we're living in a really, I feel like we're living in a very interesting time. And I made that comment in front of Stacy one time, and she said, you know, the contrast is getting very contrasty. And I love that, just because, you know, we're really able to see a clearer distinction between what we've been and what we'd like to be. And some of you have also heard me say this, that I think that people are drowning in content right now, but they're simultaneously hungering for a connection and an opportunity for their voice, as Ali said, you know, their words to be seen, heard, valued, and appreciated. Because as these things are emerging and as life is changing, you know, what we're essentially doing is, or at least what we want to be able to do on Rise and Shine Sundays, is to create these listening channels, right? So often we think about what we're saying, but, you know, I love that the idea that we kind of came to with our show was to build it around the process of inquiry, right? Rather than being able to build it around, you know, all of these things that we had to get through in an hour, or what, you know, however much time we do, because inquiry requires, you know, something that we were all complimenting Jessica about earlier. You have to have that presence, right? You have to be willing. You have to be willing to start up every morning and whip out your morning pages and write them, right? It isn't so much about the routine of things so much as it is giving yourself that opportunity to explore, to see what emerges on the page, or what shows up in your show, or what it isn't that you look to spirit signals to say, well, that's exactly what I want to do. It allows you to align it with what is resonating within you, and then you move forward. So that's what we're looking forward to doing on the show, is just, you know, I lovingly say I have no idea where we're going next, but, you know, that's sort of what we're supposed to be about right now, because I don't know who's going to show up and what will emerge. And I think that that's where, to use a Jessica term here, that's where the joy is, right? So I'm just, like I said, I'm really looking forward to see what emerges for all of us.
I love that. So Jessica, tell me what energy you're feeling right now. You just heard all these beautiful possibilities and dreams. How does that make you feel?
I'm so excited about this season in particular, for everybody, and to see what's happening. There's been a lot behind the scenes. For anybody that's not aware, I take January off from doing my shows, all of them, and I'm doing a lot behind the scenes. There's a lot going on that I don't often get to touch other parts of the year, because I really try to it takes a certain amount of energy, and I think everybody here can speak to that, to be on camera and to be on, and it's a different thing than the very different energy than the behind the scenes work that's going on. And so there's been a lot of clarity happening behind the scenes, especially where events and things are concerned, because I think Jamie was talking about it, and then Trista was pointing it out in the comments as well, talking about drowning in content and really starving for actual connection. And one of the things that I've been very clear about in my own life, gotten very clear about over the last couple of weeks, are the things that I don't want to contribute to. I don't want to contribute to a space of overwhelm. And I say all of these things knowing that everybody's going to be processing things in their own way, of course, and everybody has their own things going on. But I had a very big realization for myself about a week and a half ago, when I was part of an event, and I have been saying to myself, like, I really want to be very specific about what my spaces and my shows are for this year, and what those involve, and then and speaking to that out loud so that people are aware of what the spaces and the shows are for. And one of the things for me that's very important is creating a space of peace. And so I'm in this event and I'm going, I'm not feeling very peaceful right now. How am I supposed to create a space of peace for other people if I just was so overwhelmed by everything that was going on? And I said, I can't do this anymore. I've got to be specific about what things are for. And so there's been a lot of clarity over the last couple of weeks. There will be some things coming out from the network that will be, I suppose, explanatory in a way of going like, hey, these are the containers that we have here, and this is the purpose of them, and you're welcome to find your way to the ones that resonate most for you. And then also, so my shows in particular, Project Joy, is super fun. And I just love that show so much, because when I started Project Joy, I just sort of felt like I just was going to live my life with more joy, and I was going to share with other people what I was doing. But then after that, when it moved from a podcast to being live, I said, we're just going to have fun with this. Like Jamie was talking about, I never know who's going to really come on or what we're going to talk about, even though I have co-hosts now. But, I kind of have been leaving it up to my co-hosts and just going, okay, this year I told them, I'm like, you all have a signature segment, go. Like, what do you want to do? Like, you just tell me, and we'll have fun with it. And then the Breakthrough Show, I'm very excited. It's coming back February 6th. And the theme for this season, and this is season 9, is Beyond the Breakthrough. And the tagline is, what if there was more to the story? And it's exploring this idea that we are all very multifaceted, layered human beings. And a lot of times the things that we're known for doesn't even scratch the surface. That doesn't say who we are as a person. And so I'm thrilled that February 6th, our premiere episode, I have a very special guest that day. Some of the folks on the show today will recognize the name, but he is an incredible actor and really an amazing human being. And that's Merrick McCarthy. And so thrilled that he's going to be the season 9 premiere episode of the Breakthrough Show. For anybody that's like, I don't know, maybe you don't know who that is. Peggy McCarthy, that owns the Global Business Plaza, is the amazing wife of Merrick. So I'm very excited that he's going to be on. And Beyond 2D is coming back second week of February. And we'll have more details about that probably in the next week and a half or so, with my co-host Ferran Dozier and I. And I just want to be clear about things, have fun with things, not feel to feel peaceful, to feel good about the spaces that we're all in this year. And I would love, with your permission, Teresa, to take a 2-minute and 13-second musical break. Can we do that?
Woo! Let's
right.
do that. Woo!
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Wake up, the world is turning. Things to do, lessons learning underneath the noise and rush. Lives fire they can't touch. Not every day comes easy. Sometimes the sky feels heavy, but joy's not only in the light. It lives strong in the fight. When the world dims down, your glow stand tall, breathe deep, let it go. Joy is now, joy is here, even when the storm is near. It's not a place that lives too far. Joy is who we are. Every laugh, every scar, we've come too far to lose our spark. It's not a place, it's not too far. Joy is who we are. When the world dims down, your glow stand tall, breathe deep and let it go. Joy is now, joy is here, even when the storm is near. It's not a place that lies too far. Joy is who we are. Every laugh, every scar, we've come too far to lose our spark. It's not a place, it's not too far. Joy is who we are. Joy is who we are. You are the joy.
Can't wait to see you guys next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday, February 4th, which just happens to be my birthday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the premiere of season 7 of Project Joy.
I love that. That's so exciting. Okay, we got just a couple more things to do. At the very end, I'm going to ask you guys your last words, okay? But before that, we have a tradition here at Spirit Sessions, and I have a surprise. But for our tradition first, Trista Polo has agreed to pull a charm for us, and this charm is giving the energies for next week. But can you feel the energies here already that she is sitting within? Whew, I can't wait to see.
All right, so I'm going to give them a little energy, asking for some guidance, wisdom, direction for next week for all of us, and more and more and more. All right, what came up is relax. As we have so much energy that's building from this show alone, like I feel this palpable in my chest, in my fingertips, in my thighs, especially with that little musical break. I was just jamming. And I think we can get overwhelmed by all the things to do. Like it's already the end of January. I haven't done enough yet. Like we can get in that swirl of both reflection and looking forward right around this time of year. And the snow outside, at least in my window panes, is reminding us that we can take some time to relax too. So it's about balance, and it's about finding time for that self-love, self-care, and not letting our to-do lists and all the things we want to accomplish get ahead of us. I always remind myself, am I doing it or am I being it? And that lets me tune in.
Yes. Love that.
That's beautiful. Well, those are good words for everyone. the other day I pulled one similar to that relaxing and stuff, because even when we are building big things, guess what? We need to make room for it, and relaxing brings us back. The little surprise I had for everyone, I was going through the comments there. I pulled a card from the Magical Dimensions deck for everyone at the Breakthrough Show Network. So this one's for you guys. And what we got, I brought the big book to show you the picture, is really the throat chakra, but she calls it the throat portal. There's lots of purples and there's lots of greens in there. And of course, we all automatically know we're talking about the throat portal. Here we are broadcasting. We're doing shows. We are bringing healing and community to others. We're giving them that personal human touch. It's also helping us. And the throat chakra includes the ear, the listening. So when we're listening with our heart, we're including our throat right here and stuff. And so I think it's beautiful what you're doing here, Jessica, and for all of us. I love all you guys. So the one last question I was going to ask is just one quick thing. Do each of you, I'm not even going to put you on the big screen, just throw it out. What's your last, before we go, last words?
See you next week on the.
Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
I love that.
And mine would be, whether you see it right now or not, the road is rising up to meet you.
I love that. That's
Jamie,
beautiful.
Mic drop.
And the snowplow just came through. So, back to, I can now relax thanks to Trista, because I know that the roads will be cleared. So thank you.
The road is finally clear.
That's right.
You deserve all the best life has to offer, and you were created with the ability to achieve it.
I love that.
I will say joy is now, joy is here, and yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present, and each of brings the gift of our presence. Thank you.
Say that you can be your own wellness and change.
Love it. And I will say simply stand strong in the knowing that you are the joy when everything else outside of you is going haywire and the people are driving you nuts and the containers are driving you nuts and the snow's piling up outside. You are still the joy. You get to choose what energy you want to be in, and remember that every day.
Yes, I love that. And if I was to throw anything out there, it's mostly just really believe in yourself, because it sounds like just words and we hear that, but that belief and trust makes all the difference, and you're worth all the difference. You really are. Make that choice. Trust and love yourself. So thank you all for coming. Kisses and hugs to all of you. Next week on Spirit Sessions of You the Light, we were having all of our co-hosts back live, and they will be pulling cards for Aquarius and then a second round of cards for the collective. So if you like the card pulls and you like the fun, come back and join us again next week. So thank you all. And like I said, let's all goodbye, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you.
This is a view.